All right, now let's head over to Teamfight Tactics. So here we go. This is our second video. Teamfight Tactics patch 16.6. I actually have not played a whole lot of Teamfight Tactics these past couple weeks. Been kind of busy, and when I have been playing, it's normally been with friends who just want to play some norms. But let's take a look-see. We got a lot of changes. Holy crap. Rotating shop, we have Senna Unbound, Yumi, the Snack. Chonk's Treasure returns. Nice. System changes unlocks. While unlocks allow for a multitude of comps to exist in the meta, their current requirements are too specific, often funneling players into more rigid / less flexible play than we would like. Interesting, so are you changing unlocks? As we make each of the champions below easier to unlock, we have follow-up balance change to ensure their newfound access matches their rarity. Expect to see some of the more comp-specific units splash into a wider array of comps. Things like Riff Hero can now be splashed into comps that want to play 2 Bruiser. Uh-oh. Bard, 4 rerolls. 3 rerolls! That's 2 gold, man. That's 2 gold before the first carousel. That means you can hit... The problem with rolling for Bard is that you're losing 10 gold on Bard, right? Before the first carousel. Getting that first 10 gold is substantial for building your econ as quickly as possible. And Bard costs you 10 gold. You have to reroll 4 times and then buy the Bard. So he's 10 gold minimum, assuming you don't buy anything else. But this also means with the Epoch, you don't even need the extra reroll. You can guarantee the Bard unlock every single game. Holy crap. Every game with Epoch, anyway. I don't know if you realize just how big of a deal that 2 gold is. Holy crap. Graves. Twisted Fate with 2 items equipped is now any Bilgewater champion with 2 items equipped. Oh. That's pretty interesting. So if you hit like a Nautilus or a GP early, you can use that to get the Graves instead. Yorick, 2-star Viego, 1-star Viego. Without seeing any more balance changes, there's going to be a lot more Shadow Isles. Darius, have Draven drop 1 gold. 1 item equipped to Draven plus level 5. Gwen, 20 souls, 10 souls in level 5. Okay, so a lot more Darius and a lot more Gwen. That's actually pretty huge. Kennen, 7-star levels, 5-star levels in level 5. Kabuko, 6-star levels. Level 6 now, instead of level 7 to unlock Kabuko. Diana, 2-star Leona, level 6. 1-star Leona in level 7. I actually prefer that. I'm not going to lie to you. Because it used to be like when you consider a Targon angle, it's how many Leonas do you have. Now you can guarantee the Diana, you just need to hit level 7. Which means you could play for Econ, which means it's way easier to get to level 9 for ASOL 2. That's actually kind of scary, man. I'm thinking about Diana making her way back into the meta off of the back of this. Kaisa, 3 items equipped in a long shot, 2 items. And then, of course, she still comes out at level 7. Callista, 70 souls, 30 souls in level 7. So you just want to level up now with Shadow Isles as well. Because the moment you hit level 7, you have Callista. Nidalee. 2-2-star Nikos, 2-star Nico with 3 items and level 7. Okay, so you're going to see a lot more Nidalee as well. 2-star Nico with 3 items. It's way too easy. The only downside to Nidalee is that you want the synergy to play with the Nico, so you're kind of committed to Nico being one of your mainline tanks anyway, just for the sake of Nidalee being powerful. So it might not even make a difference. You'll unlock the Nidalee sooner. You're probably still committed to the Nico. But then again, you have to be level 7, so you're actually past the point of rerolling with Nico as well. We'll see. That's an interesting one. Because I don't know that you ever splashed Nidalee without the Nico. Rift Herald. Field Void for 8 combats. Field Void for 2 combats. Plus level 7. Dude, that is way, way easy. I wonder if... Yeah, getting Rift Herald is easy now. Is way... You could play... Can you just play Void early for a couple combats and then decide, okay, maybe I won't do Void. I'll play a different Void, a different board, and just slam Rift Herald later? In fact, this would probably make it easier for you to not play a Void board, right? Because you need to get to level 10 for Baron, and you're kind of committed to playing like a full Void board. Because, like, you kind of want to play a strong board. You could literally play 2 Void, fill that condition, and then just add all the Void units later on just to unlock Baron while playing a different board the whole game. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm thinking about that right, but... Rift Herald only needing 2 combats plus level 7. So you can unlock Rift Herald and Kaisa right at level 7 and have that be your board and just play other stuff. Skarner. Non-tank with Gargoyle Store play. Caster or Marksman with 1 Chain Vest item. The amount of times I've griefed myself with the Thieves' Gloves onto a non-tank unit. Rolling a Gargoyle Stone Plate, and then I pollute my Fort Cost shop. Yeah, so you can just drop an extra Chain Vest onto your backline unit to unlock Skarner now. So you're going to see more Skarners as well. Vhagar. Champion with 2 death caps. A Yordle with 1 death cap. So Vhagar's practically guaranteed. There's going to have to be a huge nerf for this, I think. Because now Vhagar is too easy to hit. Yone, 3-star Yasuo. 2-star Yasuo with 3 items and level 7. Dude. So if you hit Walk the True Path, for example, this is so easy. If you hit, like, Walk the True Path, they've got to be changing that augment, right? Because now 10 Ionia is way too easy. Aatrox. 30% Omnivamp. Oh my goodness. Galio, 12-star levels, 8-star levels, and level 8? I mean, but then again, one of the most popular ways to play Demacia is to play for, like, the Sono 3-star, J4 3-star. But now Vertical Demacia is even easier to pull off. Level 8, everything's 2-starred by then. You unlock the Galio for free. You play 6 Demacia units plus the Galio on the bench. Then you just play Swain plus Shyvana. Level 9, you can slam like Kaisa, maybe Fiddlesticks to play along with the Vayne. I wouldn't even be against at this point trying to unlock Silas and play extra defenders. Interesting. Mel, 2-star on Bessa with 1 item, and Bessa with 1 item dies and level 8. More Mel. I don't think Mel needed an easier unlock condition because I feel like Mel actually isn't that too terribly difficult to unlock. Because if you're playing Mbessa, you're going to unlock Mel regardless. Unless you're just unlucky and you never 2-star. So I guess it is easier because now you only need the 1 Mbessa in level 8. But I don't know if that's going to inspire people to play more Mel. She's an okay unit, but I don't know if she's worth it over another 5 cost. Because if I wanted a 5 cost disruptor, I'm playing Azir if I can over Mel. But I guess Mel's a guarantee. Depends on items as well. Whatever. Rise. 4 region traits plus level 9. 3 region traits. Oh my. 1 less region required for Rise. He's back. Silas. 2-star Jarvan and Garen plus level 9. 2-star Garen is the only thing you need to sell for Silas. Oh man. I mean, Garen's the strongest unit there. To be fair. Man. Silas has to be catching a nerf here, right? There's no way they're about to just let this rock and let him be as strong as he is. Tom Kinch, 100 less Silver Serpents. But you have to be level 8. T-Hex. Okay, but you have to be level 8 for TX. Okay. Fine. I feel like TX is really, really strong after those previous buffs as well. But at least you have to be level 8. Thresh. 5 Shadow Isle star levels plus level 8. Oh, wow. So, Callista, you only need to be level 7, right? Yeah, and you're guaranteed to get these souls anyway. So, literally, the moment you hit level 8, you play all the Shadow Isles for 1 turn? And unlock Thresh, and then you can immediately sell the others. Dude, Shadow Isles is about to be way more popular. Volibear. 3,800 HP is now 3,400 HP, so a little less HP plus level 8. I mean, he had to be level 8 anyway for Volibear, so it's just 400 less HP. It's a little easier. Ziggs, 3 items on a Zana or Yordle. Now just 2 items. Okay. Large changes to traits. Oh my good god. Look how long this is. Bruiser, maximum health. 25, 45, 60 is now 25, 40, 60. This is a preemptive nerf to Bruiser because the unlockable bruisers are easier to get. Tom Kinch, Rift Herald, and Volibear are easier to hit. Demacia resists. Ooh, they gave it back. The extra 5 resists at 5 and 7 Demacia. Path of Transcendence 3-star bonus. Up by 30%. They're really trying to push the reroll Ionia, but I don't particularly like that path. Path of Generosity, takedowns per goal. Path of Prosperous, you mean? Did they rename it? So now you need 4 takedowns for a goal. Path of Blades no longer grants bonus damage on hit. Path of Blades also grants ability power, though. Interesting. Ionia 10 enemy attack speed reduction 30%. I mean, if you hit 10 Ionia, you're winning anyway, so, you know, whatever. Ishtal Sunshard rewards. Champion deaths. 105 to 225, 100. So more nerfs to early Ishtal. By XP. Art. Yeah, more nerfs to early Ishtal. Damn, man. Ishtal has eaten like 5 nerfs in a row, but we always see that with like the lost streak trait, right? It gets nerfed 80 times. I miss Crystal Gambit, personally. Piltover Mining Drill gold chance reduced. I just lost a game yesterday to a guy who had Mining Drill Literally stage 3. Like super early in stage 3. And he was about to 3-star a T-Hex by the time I died. I went 5th. Slayer bonus. Bonus AD on Slayer, 22 to 44. Also a preemptive nerf, probably because Aatrox is easier to get. With only the 30% Omnivamp, so you can hit him much earlier. Without just putting 2 Bloodthirsters on a unit. Void Adrenaline Modules. Baseline damage at 15 is now 18, so it starts off a little higher. Leeching Nucleus. Steal 2% AD and AP from enemy up to 15. It only goes up to 10 stacks now. Yordle AP's grab bag. It gives 5 gold instead of 6. 2 2-drop Yordles added as potential reward. Average value of distributed loot slightly lowered. Okay. The amount of times I've hit like Fizz 3 off of getting an early Yordle 8. Tier 1 units. Lulu primary damage and secondary damage. So a bunch of bonus damage for the Lulu here. Yeah, she's a better item holder for the Veigar now. She has much higher damage. You probably still just put the items on Teemo at that point, because Teemo can focus the backline and potentially kill an enemy backline unit. Tryndamere and Ashe reroll is still struggling to thaw out of their nerfs. Yeah, we played a little bit before when we did the Valentine stream and it still felt kind of bad. So Ashe gets a little bit of bonus AD, a little bit of bonus attack speed. Echo. Echo actually got some buffs, man. 3-star Echo plus 40 AP. Yorick Heal nerfed. Holy crap. I mean, that makes sense. Like I said, Shadow Isles is about to get a lot more popular, so the Yorick nerf is to be expected. Tier 3 units. 3-star Ahri got a buff. You know, I feel like Ahri is a great unit, and she's kind of slept on. Like, I've never seen anyone do Ahri reroll, and I feel like she's actually a really, really, really good unit to 3-star. I feel like she could carry a game. Draven spell damage. 3-star Draven. 2-star Draven also got buffed. An extra 10 AD at 2-star. An extra 60 at 3-star. Gangplank spell damage. 190 to 450 is now 205 to 500. Gangplank. Draven Gangplank reroll might be back. And now Darius is easier to get as well. So that Draven Darius Gangplank reroll might be back. Leona flat damage reduction. 15 to 70 is now 15 to 80. And if you 3-star, she hits 4 targets instead of 3. I guess that's to encourage you to still try to star up the Leona, even though the Diana is easier to get. Main spell damage 100 to 250, now up to 285. So a lot of these 3-star units got buffed if you 3-star them. Zoe on there as well. If you 3-star the Zoe, it's an extra 100 AP damage. 4 costs, we got a lot of them. Diana's secondary spell damage buffed actually. So Diana's easier to unlock and she got buffed. Callista's spell damage 32 to 48, it's now 30 to 48. So 1-star Callista's a little weaker. Initial spears 25 though, she has more spears. 1 spear for every 25 souls, 1 spear per 50, okay. So she starts off with more spears, but she scales a little less with the spears. I mean, Shadow House is going to be way more popular, so you're going to be seeing a whole lot more Callista. Lysandra mana, a slight mana buff for your 2-star Lysandra. Nidalee has 100 more HP and a little less base attack speed. Her spell is also weaker at both 1 and 2-star. I guess because you're going to be seeing a lot more Nidalee. She's way easier to unlock. Singed ability bonus resists. It actually scales now. It was just 20, but now you get 60 at 2-star and 100 at 3. Vagar damage, obviously we saw this nerf coming. Right? Vagar is easier to get. I mean, it's not difficult to put. If you hit a couple early rods, you hit a rod at the start of the game, and then another rod on Carousel, you can just slam it on a Teemo at level 7. Boom, Vagar. Or level 8. Whichever you unlock him at. Warwick gets a mana buff, 20 mana buff. Spell damage, 45 to 550 is now 55 to 550. So Warwick gets a buff, actually. Yone has a little bit less attack speed. Split damage, 160 to 250, 240. Yeah, just some nerfs to Yone. You're going to be seeing a lot of Yone. You can get him every game now. Just a 2-star Yasuo with items. Yeah, so just some huge nerfs to his damage. Since you're going to see him more often. But man, Aatrox is easier to unlock as well. So it might actually be worth it. Right? To do a 4 Slayer route with Ionia. I feel like that might become common. Slayer Ionia. Right? Since you can almost guarantee the Yone every game. And Aatrox is easier to unlock. And then you could also hit like the augment that gives you a Darken item. Darken Scythe Yone. Into double Darken. I feel like that's going to be a kind of common comp. And Gangplank got buffed as well. Slayers might be pretty strong this next patch, man. Slayers might be pretty strong this next patch. I'm looking for the changer they made to Slayers. And it's not really a significant nerf either. 2%, 3%, 4%. I think Slayers is going to be really, really good. Alright. Tier 5 units. Aatrox gets a nerf to his spell damage. Makes sense. Annie, base attack speed a little higher. Tibbers shield also higher. So some nice buff to Annie and Tibbers. Probably one of the least played 5 costs at this point. But with Silas being easier to unlock, that might change. Azir a little higher base attack speed. Active ability soldier damage also higher. Sand soldier health a little lower though. I guess they're trying to make Azir more of a viable carry. Even though he's kind of the gateway to better units. Mel Radiant item threshold. Higher. Can we just remove the Radiant item nonsense in the first place? No, you're practically guaranteed a Radiant item now, right? Practically. You only need level 8 plus 1 Mbessa. So as long as you're not bleeding a bunch of HP, you're going to hit the Radiant. So I guess they have to do this. Rise. Rise is buffed? Bilgewater-wise is weaker. Yordle is weaker. Freljord is weaker. Freljord is stronger. No. Freljord is adjusted. The duration is halved, but it hits for more. Which is fine if he's casting enough. So it's basically buffed. So Rise is dealing more damage, but they nerfed Bilgewater Yordle and adjusted Freljord. On top of Rise being easier to unlock. Set spell damage. 220 plus 350 plus 3.9%. So some big nerfs here for Set. Minus 4% when you 2-star. Yeah, maybe that's not a huge nerf, but it is a nerf. Size has less base health. Makes sense. Nerf some of his damage on the Garen ult as well. Makes sense. Tom Kench a little less HP. Makes sense. The scaling on his unique trait also nerfed. Again, makes sense. you're getting him way earlier, so it makes sense. Yeah. T-Hex, nerfs. We saw it coming. Oh, wow, this is a big one. T-Hex 1. T-Hex 2 as well, man. 120 AD. Jesus. Missile damage nerfed again, minus 4%. Man. I mean, you're going to be seeing more T-Hexes, so I guess it makes sense. It needs a hard nerf. Thresh also nerfed. Makes sense. Zeref Desert Golem Charms, weaker. Interesting, actually. I guess this is just this one specific charm for Zeref, which could potentially give you a free win, is now a lot weaker. Econ Augment specifically. Expected Unexpectedness gold reward. Lower, so you get a little less gold if you roll it. Going long, man, they halved the initial gold from going long. Good for something. 40%. Epoch. Okay. I literally just said this because of Bard. That Epoch could guarantee the Bard. They nerfed it. One less reroll. Fire Sale is gone. Okay. Hard Bargain gives a little less gold. Hustler gives half the gold. Indecision, both less gold. Level up 4 less XP. So 1 less button press. Malicious Monetization gives 10 initial gold, but 2 less active gold. Maybe it's not completely broken. They just disabled max build. Okay, thank God for that. Thank God they just disabled max build. Pilfer is now 3-2 only. Weird, but less gold required. Prismatic Destiny gives a little less gold. Solo Leveling, less HP. This is really because some champions with solo leveling are too good compared to others. Spoils of War 3. 40%, man. I mean, Spoilers of War is super polarizing. If you get a really good start and you take Spoils of War, you just farm the whole lobby. You end up 50 gold on everyone. Trade Sector, initial gold. 2. Too much value also gives 1/1 cost. Okay. So, a bunch of huge nerfs to our econ augments. And now we have augments in general. Bandle Bounty 1 is removed, so there's no gold version of 10 Yordle anymore. Gold per unlocked Yordle, less. Prismatic 10 Yordle now also requires reaching level 10. Wow, I guess 10 Yordle was winning too many games for free. So now you can't just hit Coronation, right? You have to hit Prismatic Bandle Bounty, and it gives us gold, and you still have to hit level 10. This makes sense because 8 Yordle was giving you the grab bag every round, and grab bags give 1 less gold on average now. So it was too easy to hit Bandle Bounty 1, hit 8 Yordle, and then just econ your way straight to 10. Because the hardest part of Bandle Bounty was just unlocking Vagar, so I guess this all makes sense. Cooking Pot HP gained. 10 more. I like Cooking Pot, so that's nice. Evolve and Overcome requires 1 more takedown. Find your center max HP. Plus 10%. Probably still not taking it. Forged in Strength health threshold. 40. Okay, so it's a little more generous for those 3 artifacts. Golemify champion cost. 2? Oh, right, because you get the... I forgot, after the last patch, you get a free frontline unit. Or is it a backline unit? It's a free backline unit. Leap of Faith. This is the Alawi augment. 220 to 670 is now 240 to 740. So, a huge buff to that augment. If you like it. Prep 2 gives 1% bonus. So what? It scales up to 4, right? So it's now 16% now to 20. Solar plate, an extra 5% HP. Trait tree gives a reforger. Ooh. Shenanigans. Walk the true path 1 removed. I saw this coming. Yone's too easy to get now. So this could be a free win. Walk the true path 2. Just grants 1 Yasuo. It gives a component instead of a whole IE. Does not appear on Path of Enlightenment. That should have been the case in the first place. And you have to hit level 10. Okay. So my worries about 10 Ionia, they knew. We stick together? 25%. So that's the free emblem and stuff. Okay. And there we have it. This is a lot of changes. Like, man. Sorry, I dropped my mouse. These are some huge changes, man. Actually, specifically unlocking units being easier is so scary. Right? Easier Bard, easier Kaisa, easier Rift Herald especially is so spooky. Like, really. I feel like Slayers is going to dominate this patch. Yone is free. I mean, they nerfed him by a lot, though. They nerfed him by a lot. So we'll see. We have to see how the Yone is looking, but I feel like Rise is going to be really, really strong, too. I mean, you still have to be level 9. That's like the real gatekeep behind Rise is hitting level 9, but 3 region traits is so much easier. You don't have to splash anything. Right? And so many of these boards can pivot into Rise, man. Then Silas is easier, and he got buff. There's just too much. There's too much that's just too good here. I don't know, man. This is insane to me. It is insane to me how much they changed for unlocking a lot of these champs. I feel like... And then Warwick got buffed too, you're right. Oh my goodness. And Diana got buffed on top of being easier to unlock. Oh my goodness. So you're going to see a lot more Aurelians as well. That's another big thing. They made Aurelian easier to unlock because Diana's easier to unlock as well. So if you hit an early Taric, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you hit an early Taric on 5, you can insta pivot into Aurelian because you only need 1 Leona. You don't even need to hit a 2-star. So, oh man, these are some huge changes. I can't believe they did this. Either way it goes, I'm not gonna have too much of an outro here. I'm still not feeling very good. Like I said, I should have done this yesterday. I didn't. I was tired. I'm feeling very sick. You might be able to hear it. My nose is a little stuffed, very leaky. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some rest. I actually don't have plans until later today, so I'm gonna eat, get some rest, and yeah, I can't wait to dive into this patch. We might have a few things to upload this patch, depending on how easy it is to do some shenanigans here. So thanks to those of you who tuned in. I'm going to go get a little bit of food and then lie down. And I can't wait. Yeah. So I'll catch y'all real soon. Peace.